Good afternoon, guys. Man, Josie, we've been over here working, getting this all cleaned up, getting these logs sawed up. Josie's over there. We get ready to saw a tree down. That's why she's way over there. I got my cable and everything hooked up to the tractor. Going over to one of those big wide oaks. Now I have to say, it's the first time I've ever used a broom to sweep off a tree as I saw it. That log where I drug it over here across that dirt pile over there, it got caked in dirt. And it's mainly just loose, dusty dirt, sand, I guess. But man, it's dulling the saw quick. I mean, 2 or 3 pieces y'all see in the time lapse. It was just eating my chain up. About 3 pieces, and I'd have to go saw it. But we're 4 trees left. Get ready to saw this wide oak down right now. And I'm tempted. My impatience is coming through. I'm tempted to saw all 4 of these down and have them down. But get ready. I'm gonna saw this one wide oak right now, and we'll time lapse that. Josie's getting impatient on me, so I'm gonna have to hurry up. She's starting to come back over here. I don't like her being around these cables. I definitely don't want her around a tree when it's getting ready to fall, but I don't trust cables. If you've ever watched videos of cables breaking, you'd see why. They'll take your head off. But I ain't got that much pressure on them. But if the tree, careful, if the tree was pulling against it, I mean, it could get enough pressure on it to snap. And I don't think these trees are heavy enough to snap these. I know I've pulled these cables tight enough to make the tractor spin. So I think if the tree was to try to fall against it, I think it would pull the tractor basically. I think they're pretty strong, but they do get weak over time. So I like I said, I don't want her nowhere around it regardless. If something starts pulling the tractor backwards and scooting it, there's a lot of tension there. She don't need to be around it. But we're gonna try to get this tree down. Daggone it, I done it again. I took this one for granted. Thought it'd be easy. At least it's at least it's the same section of fence, but it's not. Got another section. We got on the road good on this one. Alright, let me go over here and saw this. As y'all can see, I did it again. About 10 foot over from where the other one fell. So, I had about 30 more foot of fence to get over to the next post now. But I decided while I had the road kind of in a mess to go ahead and saw those 2 trees down that's on that bank that I want to get down. So, take advantage of that situation. Got them down. But we're going to get to working on our cleaning up some of our mess here and try to get all this picked up. Well, we got the tree pulled off of it. Got most of the brush cleaned up. I just got the brush that's on the tree. Probably some little loose stuff laying around up here somewhere. I know there is a piece of the top of the tree across the road I gotta get. It ain't very big. Be able to get it. We're getting there. 3 more trees. I had plans of cutting 2 today. technically, if you count these 2 little ones, I cut 3. So, overachiever. I'm gonna have to quit doing this stuff. Y'all gonna think I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I told y'all I don't know what I'm doing now. Let me see this. Stretch the top part of the fence out. Didn't hurt the bottom, of course, but stretch the top all out of whack. Like I said, we got that little top laying over across the road. We have to get. You can see where Josie's planting. So what I might wind up doing is just cutting it about right here somewhere, and then tying in right there. Still added a good little chunk onto my fence. And that wasn't even the bad tree. That's the bad one. Now I could have done two different things there that would have solved this problem. When it got to the point where I noticed that it started falling, I could have stopped and went and tightened up my cable. I didn't do that. Or I could have solved. The second one's kind of iffy. It was falling the way I wanted it to fall. When it started going, it was going the way I wanted it to go. I went ahead and started sawing harder, trying to keep it from doing a barber chair. And I think that's, once I got the right side of that tree from where I was standing, that let it go that opposite way. So if I'd stopped sawing and went and tightened up my cable, I probably could have just went over and pulled on the cable with my hands, actually, and just pulled it on over. But it might have barber chaired. I was trying to keep it from barber chairing. And so that's the reason I went ahead and just kept sawing. If I'd stopped sawing and let it fall a little bit more and sawed more out of the left side of the tree from where I was standing, basically the side over here to where it did fall, if I'd sawed more on that side, maybe it wouldn't have fell that way. I don't know how much. Once that lean had got over to where it was going to go where I wanted it to, if I'd sawed more on that one side, maybe it would have fell right. But like I said, I should have stopped. I should have went and tightened up my cable and not worried about that barber chair. Usually I don't worry about barber chair. I don't. If I'm not standing beside of it, there is trees, when you're beside of them, it's got a real hard lean that will barber chair on you, and they're dangerous as all get out. If it barber chair when you're 100 foot away on cable, it's not going to hurt you. It might make a mess out of the tree, but it's not going to hurt you. And it could. Barber chairs that hang up and don't actually break all the way off are dangerous, so you got to watch for those. I've seen videos where they fall over, they're still, it's still connected and it's popped up in the air, and the barber chair is still connected. And when you saw that, it can flip back up and do some damage to you. But most time, I don't worry about barber chair when I'm at the end of the cable. I should have went and tightened up that cable. Like I said, I probably could have just pulled on it because it already started falling. I probably could have just went over and just got a hold of the cable and pulled it. Pulled tension with my hands, and probably could have pulled it on over where I wanted it to go. So I should have stopped. Let's look. Looking at it from this way, like I said, we just got that one white oak, and there's a little tiny black oak behind of it. This new phone, I've noticed that it focuses in on my finger and it messes up back there. But basically we got that one and that one, and there's a little tiny one that's got the top broke out of it behind that white oak. You got some sticks for you and Sissy and Josie, what? So we're going to wrap it up for this video. That'll be it for tonight. I think I'm going to saw this white oak up and bring my truck over here and load it up in my truck and take it down to the house and put it beside my woodshed. I can't put it in the woodshed because it'll be on top of my wood that's ready to go for this year. But I don't know, maybe it's just sentimental. I like white oak. I know that chestnut oak, it burns just as good as the white oak. It's from the white oak family. But growing up, my uncles and dad and everybody that sawed wood, they always wanted them white oaks. And I think where we grew up at, it was white oak, black oak, or pine. That's all you had. So black oak is definitely, it's a good burning wood, but it's not as good as white oak, I don't think. It's chestnut oak. It's right up there with white oak. Like I said, it's in that white oak family. But me and Josie, we're going to get some feeding done. It's getting late, and so we're going to get off this video. I heard one of the little goats over here hollering ago. I thought he had his head stuck, but I don't see none of them. They're all loose. So, but we got to do some feeding. We've already fed Bella and the baby pigs, but we got to get everybody else. But appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one.